Good morning, everybody. Let me know, make sure you guys can hear me before I get started. If you can hear me, just type yes in the box, or just type Y like in yes. Can you guys hear me? Just want to make sure you guys can hear me. Morning. How's it going? Hey, Steven. Just want to make sure you guys can hear me okay before I get started. I don't want to waste my breath. Just going to wait a couple of minutes for others to join. It's been a pretty busy morning. Can you guys hear me okay? I just want to know if you can hear me. For some reason, I always have a problem with that. All right, I do appreciate all of the replay viewers coming on. I do appreciate the shares. I appreciate the hearts. But anyway, for those of you who, I'm assuming you can hear me, for those of you who do not know who I am, I'm Aunt Pam, real estate investor here in the Houston area. I'm also a licensed pharmacist here in the state of Texas. I actually use my license to leverage relationships. I try and build relationships with other professionals, with physicians. That way I'm actually able to, get private money and things like that. So, okay, perfect. You guys can hear. Perfect. Again, I do appreciate the hearts. I need you to give me so many hearts that I'm going to need some nitroglycerin, that I'm about to have a heart attack. So I need you guys to really, what's up? How's it going, Miss Val? You doing all right today? So hopefully you guys can hear me. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get started. First of all, before I get started, I just want to give you guys a disclaimer, okay? I am not a realtor. I'm not an attorney. I am not an accountant, okay? I am not rendering any legal or accounting advice, all right? So if you need the advice of one of those professionals, I suggest that you compensate them and pay them for their time and their services, okay? With that being said, I am going to move right along, okay? As the topic states, who's your customer? When we're dealing with real estate, a lot of times, we said, we need to market to motivated sellers. Okay. Who's a motivated seller? All right. A motivated seller is someone, for various reasons, for whatever the reason may be, is an individual or even a group of individuals who need to liquidate a property. Okay. They need to get rid of a property. All right. And, real quick, what are some of the examples? All right. And let me back up a second. I actually was a motivated seller at one time. Okay. I was working as a pharmacist in Dallas. One of my parents got ill, and I ended up putting my house on the market, put it on the market for like 3 months, ended up doing the lease with the option to buy with the couple. It took them a couple of years to actually be able to cash me out. I was making a payment on a vacant property. So if it don't make money, it doesn't make sense. So I was not making any money. I was actually basically just, putting money in the trash can is basically what I was doing. Okay. But anyway, let me just go ahead and let me say this. When it comes to trying to find out who your target market is, you need to understand your product. You need to understand the service. Let's just say if you're a pharmacy owner, who are your main customers going to be, or who are those customers that you plan on bringing into your store? Okay, what product are you offering those individuals? Okay, say for an example, you have some pharmacies, they're set up. They target diabetic patients, people who need diabetic supplies. So as a real estate investor, you need to know who your customers are. What type of service are you able to render your customers? Okay. Now, who are our customers? And this is going to be a very short, quick scope. I think first and foremost, with this business, you have a lot of people who suffer from information overload. Too many people out there trying to, get all of the information before they're actually able to start the business. Hey, what's going on? What's going on? Good to have you on. I appreciate that. Thank you guys for sharing. Thank you for the hearts. Okay. Also, I think people suffer from FOMO, F-O-M-O, fear of missing out. Sometimes we think we're going to miss out on a lot of information. So, we're on Periscope all day. We're on Facebook all day. We're just all over the place. Okay. But anyway, I'm going to get straight to the point as far as real estate. And these are just a few people that we would actually market to. Number one, people who are in foreclosure. Okay. They were not able to pay their mortgage. The property went into foreclosure. People who are behind on mortgage payments. They're not necessarily in foreclosure, but they may be 1 or 2 months behind in their payments. People who file divorce. Okay. People who are going through a divorce, bankruptcy. People who have no equity. They may have just bought the property, say, a couple of years ago, and for whatever the reason is, they have to sell their property. They don't have any equity. They may have put 3% down. They may have put 5% down. I don't know. It varies. Okay. Another issue is probate. And with probate, it doesn't necessarily mean someone passed away. Okay. It could be a situation where there's a guardianship. Okay. Where someone is incapacitated and they have a family member or someone else that has to, take care of them in their life and their finances and so on and so forth. So you have to be careful if you're going to market to probate individuals or probate filers. Make sure it's actually a death if you're going to actually mention condolences and things like that in your marketing pieces. All right. Another reason to market to certain people, your customers, could be transferring. Someone may be relocating to another city, another state. I was one of those people. I transferred from Dallas to the Houston area. It could be a vacant property. Could be a situation where there are evictions. They're bad tenants. A property needs repairs. It could be code violations. There could be 2 house payments. Just so happened when I left Dallas, when I moved back to Houston, yes, I was making a payment on a vacant property. I was living with my parents, so I was not making 2 house payments. I was only making 1 payment. All right, but you do have people, they move and they go out, say they move to another city, another state. It doesn't really matter. And they go out and buy another home, or they live in an apartment, but they're paying rent on an apartment and they're still paying for a vacant property. Some people have lost their job. So those are the reasons why they need to sell. Again, I do appreciate the hearts. I do appreciate the sharing. I'm going to continue. Sometimes there are people with back taxes. Okay, so once you've identified your customers, how do you reach out to those people? You can do direct mail with postcards. You can do direct mail with letters. It can be handwritten letters. It can be typed letters. You can do drive for dollars. You can do bandit signs. There are various ways to market to sellers or people who may need to sell their property. Like I said, guys, I was going to, I'm just doing a quick scope. I hadn't been on Periscope for a minute, so we just wanted to kind of share that with you. I'm not sure if you guys have any questions. It looks like there's a major delay on the broadcast. I don't know if that's on my end or on you guys' end or even Periscope end. But anyway, guys, hey, Pam, just got off Landscope. Oh, okay. I didn't know. I wish I had checked it out. I didn't realize Lance was scoping. They're actually here in Houston for a couple of days, as a matter of fact. Does anyone have any questions? Are there any questions? All right, cool. That was pretty easy. Going to watch the replay. Okay, cool. I basically just, just kind of broke down and went over a few things and a few people, we would actually be trying to market to be able to help them out and be able to offer our services. All right, guys. I'm at Pam. Let me see. How do I set up my office? Well, Mr. Realtor Group, I forgot your real name. Everybody's setup is different. Okay. I don't know if you're going to do a home office. I don't know if you plan on getting a regular office. Vince, what's up, Vince? It just depends. Everybody is different. I keep things very simple. Yes, home office. What I do, I have offices all over the place because I'm literally trying to make my home 100% tax deductible. But you can set aside an area in your home where you're strictly going to do real estate. Literally, that's all you're going to do. And I read a few years ago where when you're talking about, I have a home office and I want to get my home office tax deductions and things like that. The IRS is very picky about the home offices. I've heard that they're audited a lot. So you literally have to have your stuff set up and you have to designate a particular area in your home strictly for your business. So that's how, you can set up, you have your computer. Not many people use a fax machine anymore, but your printer, have everything set up. Actually, in my home, I turn my living room and dining room into office space. Can you write off a percentage of the square? Yes, you can. And I'm not an accountant, like I said, but that's what you would do. You would actually write off a percentage. I think they take the full square footage, the total square footage of your property, and whatever the percentage of that home office is, you actually can write that off. But I mean, my thing was when I got into business, I was trying to make everything tax deductible. Buying notepads, pencils, pens, ink pens, my vehicles. When you also you need to get a mileage, a mileage log. And I think the company I have, I want to think it's called Adams. And every time I get in my vehicle, I write down, the business purpose. I write down the mileage. I put down the date. Do you have to actually be buying your home? I'm renting. Now I don't know that when you're renting, you actually get a better deal as far as writing it off. But yes, you can deduct. You can write that off. You can. What percentage and the legalities and the details, I do not recall. Okay, but you can definitely do that. But anyway, back to what I was saying. In the car, when I get in, I write down the date, I write down the mileage, I write down the purpose. Like if I'm going to go to a pharmacy, I go to a pharmacy twice a month. Okay, I write that down because I'm able to write off, because I'm self-employed, I'm able to write off the pharmacy thing. Plus, I'm able to write off the business thing. If I'm going to Office Depot to pick up some supplies, I write that down. Okay. You have to, I'm going to tell you like this, document. When my accountant was doing my taxes, a few years ago, I had so many receipts. I'm going to say, I just did some taxes and they wouldn't allow if you rent. Oh, really? But let me just say this. I don't know who you used, but you need to, make sure the person understands what you're doing. Okay, so I don't know if you're trying to deduct a certain part of your rent and I'm not sure. But if not, worst case scenario, you can write off everything else. I even have a separate phone. The phone I'm on now, I have it strictly for real estate. Okay, so I'm able to write that stuff off. But you got to make sure you actually have a true business. Don't be one of those people that jack around and play around trying to write stuff off and you don't have a true business. Also, I have a timesheet that anytime when I get up in the morning or whenever it is, I write down my time. Okay, like today I didn't get started till I think it was 9:30, so I wrote down 9:30. When I take a break, I'm gonna write down what time that is. Okay, and I write down my activities, what I do. If it's the phone, if it's the computer, whatever it is, I write that information down. Okay, because at the end of the day, when it comes to the government, they can mess you over so much, and you have people who mess the government over. It doesn't really matter, but your purpose is to make sure that if you're going to run a business, it's going to be a true business. Okay, you want to make sure what you're doing is a true business venture. Okay, it's not a hobby. If you're trying to have a hobby, you need to convert that hobby to a business and get compensated. Monetize it. Okay, monetize it. All right, I appreciate the hearts, guys. I appreciate you sharing this on Twitter or with your followers or whatever. You cannot over-document. You cannot over-document. Okay? As if anybody comes back and say, well, you didn't do this and you didn't do that. Well, hey, look, I got this sheet of paper. This is what I'm doing. So you have that information. Also, like with receipts, there's a gadget I want to think is called the Neat, and where you can actually scan your receipts into this instrument, and it will actually organize everything for you. So, but I'm a paper person, so I actually have papers, and every month, I have my receipts and all the other stuff in a folder, and then later on I go back. Let me say thanks for your flowchart the other day. It helps me out. Yeah, with the flowchart. And guys, if you want to copy my flowchart, look at my bio, my email. It's a very simple flowchart. There's a lot of details that is not in that flowchart, but I start off with the mindset, talking about the mindset. I go from that to the marketing. Who are you marketing to? Your negotiations, evaluating the deal, putting the property on the contract. I go through the different steps, but like I said, there are not a whole lot of details there. But at the end of the day, you get the concept. But if anybody wants a copy of that, check it. It's a start. I've already added to it. Exactly. It's something simple and basic, because the thing is, when you're starting out, there's so much information. It's like you get overwhelmed. Okay. And there's so much stuff out there, and everybody, not everybody, but a lot of, it lays exactly there's no one size fit all. Everybody have their own way of doing what they do. And as you get started and really, really treat this business like a business, you're going to modify a lot of things. You're going to take certain things and you're going to modify what you receive from other people. You may have bought a course, you may have a mentor. And once you really get going, it's like trying to catch a punch of pin with one hand. Exactly. And so once you get going, you'll say, okay, well, I'm going to change this up. I'm going to change that up. Because there's so many different things, because you're constantly changing. You're constantly adapting. It's the world is ever changing. Every single day is constantly changing. So you have to get with the program and adapt to that. So people say, well, I don't like that person's program, or I don't like that person's ebook, or I don't like that person's flow. It doesn't really matter. You look at it, because at the end of the day, it's still the same stuff. It boils down to, number one, in my mind, it's always about the mindset initially. Okay, I almost bit my tongue. Oh, talking too fast. Anyway, what I was going to say, it's about the mindset. It's about marketing. Because once you start doing all of that, everything else is going to fall into place. Okay, I'm constantly changing some stuff. Every day, I'm sitting here, okay, I'm like, we're doing this, we're doing that. Okay, the phone's not ringing from this marketing piece. The phone's not ringing from that. Growth is changed. And absolutely, absolutely. Thanks for saying that, Val. Thanks for putting that out there. You guys need to write that down. Okay. You may want to put that on your calendar every day, every single day, but it's all the same stuff. Everybody just have their own way of doing what they do. Okay. It's just as simple. But anybody have any more comments? But I recommend you keep everything simple. Don't get too sophisticated and get caught up on that. Keep it simple, make some money, and go out here and help as many people as you can. But you want to get compensated doing that. All right, you guys have any more questions? I still haven't eaten breakfast yet. All right, any more questions? Any more questions about customers? Who to market to? All right, guys, I don't even know what time it is. But I am about to sign off unless you guys have any more questions. If you're just jumping on, you may want to watch the replay. I do appreciate you jumping on. What else I want to say? If you have any questions, if you want to copy my flowchart, like I said, evictyourrealestatefears@gmail.com. It's actually in my bio. If you have not watched the video or the interview I did with Ray Mabry out of Raleigh, North Carolina, Hooray Marketing, you may want to check it out. I was able to share some information, how going from being a full-time pharmacist to being a full-time real estate investor. I just got tired of dealing with all the foolishness that goes on with big companies. So your mindset changes when you're an employee. Your mindset, once you start doing this business, if you have a full-time job, once you start doing this business, you get a totally different mindset. Okay. And so my mindset went from, no, I can't continue to do this to, I got to do something different. So I was working full-time while simultaneously buying real estate as well. But anyway, guys, it doesn't look like we have any more questions. Again, I do appreciate the hearts. I do appreciate you taking the time out of your busy schedule to hang out with Aunt Pam for a couple of minutes. All right. With that being said, say thank you. I thank everybody because you could be doing other things with your time. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Sub-02401. Cool. Yeah, thank you. I don't do a lot of sexy scopes. I just try to bring raw content because I'm one of those people. I think I have ADD and, I can be all over the place at times. I just don't like long drawn out stuff. I just want to get straight to the point. Boom, 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 boom. Next, move on. That's me. Everybody's different. All right. In the meantime, guys and gals, go out there and help some people out. Go out there and help each other. Thank you, CC. I still forget your real name. Is it Cynthia or Denise? I forgot. But I just say CC. So, what I was going to say, inspire each other. Okay, Candace, I was way off. All right, Candace. But I'll stick to CC. But go out here and inspire each other. Go out here and help each other out. Go out here and connect with other people in this business. Just go out here. I mean, don't worry about competition. Don't worry about who's doing who's doing what. It doesn't matter. Okay, let's go out there and help each other out, guys. Okay, all right. I will talk to you guys soon. Would love to meet up and visit with you. Sure, Val. You're in Houston. Val, do me a favor, send me an email and I'll give you my phone number. I'll give you my phone number, and we can set up and chit chat, talk about some real estate, talk about how we can help each other out, see how we can actually be of benefit to each other's business. And I think that's something people lack. They don't think about what they can offer someone else. They always think about what can that person offer them. So I always think about giving something. I give up things before I ask for anything in return. So, it's the law of reciprocity. If I do something for you, eventually you're going to do something for me. And if you don't, then I'll just pretty much kind of, kick you to the curb a little bit in a nice kind of a way. So anyway, any more questions? Any more comments? He said, okay, great. Yes, sir. Yeah, I mean, it's all about helping each other out. And I say this all of the time. There's not enough people, as far as investors are concerned, to help the number of people that need our services. So there's more than enough money out there. There's more than enough deals out there. So let's just help each other out. Let's see how we can be of benefit to one another. All right. All right, guys. I am about to sign off. Again, I do appreciate you sharing. I do appreciate the hearts. And I appreciate everything. All right, guys. Let me see how to turn this thing off. All right, I'm going to hang out with my little pebbles for a minute now. All right, we'll talk to you guys soon. Bye-bye. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate everybody that I look at I view on Periscope. I appreciate everybody that follow other people. Okay. I appreciate everybody that share their followers with other people. I appreciate everybody. Okay. Because we all have a purpose in life. We all have a reason to exist. We all have a reason to be here on this earth. So don't ever think that the person next to you isn't worthy of anything. Okay? So, but anyway, you may have to let that marinate up here a little bit. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and sign off on this thing. And I see a couple of people just not joining. If you're joining, you may want to watch the replay, and I welcome you to the replay. Okay, guys. All right. Thank you. Have a good one.